Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here to film my updated debt snowball video for you guys for the month of December. I am not only going to be talking about the amount of debt that I was able to pay for this month, but also for 2020 as a whole, which is kind of crazy that of course we are now wrapping up the year 2020 and we are moving on to 2021. So with that being said, I do like to, or for the most part, I think I did this last year as well. For the month of December, I went ahead and kind of showed you guys the total amount of debt that I've been able to pay for this year. And as you guys know, this year wasn't, I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree, the best year for all of us. And so although I am very proud of the amount that I have been able to put towards my debt, my student loans to be exact, I almost wish that I was able to, pay more debt because of course we are all here to be debt free and you guys are here following my debt free journey and all of that. So it's very, I think, encouraging to see the numbers on a monthly basis as well as a whole annually. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be setting up my debt snowball spread on this page right here in my plum paper planner, if you guys are wondering. I've gotten a couple of questions as to if I'm going to be staying in this planner for 2021, and I actually am. I like to keep my budgets as a whole for like per year. So I am going to still be using my plum paper monthly planner for the new year. I just want to finish up the months that I have in this planner instead of splitting them up. But I'm going to be using, as always, some stickers from my shop, which is, of course, the main source of income that I get coming in every single month. And it is how I'm able to make these extra debt payments. So I don't work under a salary. I don't work part-time. All of the extra income that I put towards my debts really come from my side hustles, or what once were my side hustles, like my sticker shop, Romina, my YouTube channel, Patreon, affiliate links and all of that. So this year I didn't really have help from like a part-time job in the past to make those extra debt payments, and I was really just counting on my business to help me make the extra debt payments, which of course there's pros and cons to it, as there's pros and cons to everything else. But yeah, let me stop rambling and let me go ahead and just start setting up my spread. I am just going to be using this buffalo plaid washi, which I think this might be my first time using it this month. I was really into the sweater pattern, but this one's really cute as well. So let me take my debt snowball script here, and as you guys know, I did end up paying off my credit card this year and I started on to my student loans. So there has been a couple of accomplishments debt paying wise that I'm very proud about, and I don't want to overlook those for the fact that maybe I didn't pay as much money as I did last year, which if you guys are interested in checking out last year's debt payoff total, I will go ahead and leave a link for that video down below. But the current debts that I'm paying are my student loans. So I'm going to just go ahead and write student loans here. And since the beginning, I did want to break those up into the respective loans. So I categorize them from loan A all the way to loan F, and I'm currently on loan D. So I've been able to pay off 3 of my student loans, which is very, very, once again, encouraging. And the main reason why I film these videos is because I really like to see my progress, and I like to let you guys into my progress as well, because although debt paying is not something that you can do from one day to another, it's really a process that ends up happening, and I feel that much more encouraged to show you guys and to let you guys know that, hey, maybe I didn't pay X amount of money this month towards my debt, but we're still making some progress, and some money towards my debt is better than no money towards my debt, which this year, as unpredictable as it was, I actually did have one month where I didn't end up making an extra debt payment, and that definitely had to do with a lot of factors. But let me go ahead and just stop rambling once again. So the loans that I have right now are loan D, loan E, and loan F. And the balances, I go once again, like I mentioned, per loan. And then the APRs, I'm just going to off the bat put 0% because that is what they're at as of now. I believe it will be going back up, to their normal interest at the end of January, I want to say. But I still have been making both the minimum payment that I typically would and an additional, which if I were to really take a look at the minimum payments and all of that, all of those were really additional payments. So what I did this month, because I had, I believe, a goal of paying $800 towards my student loans this month, was that I included both my minimum as well as the additional payment as all being an additional payment. So I was able to meet my goal of putting $800 towards my debt, but the minimum, like I mentioned, is $130.77. Just gonna make a dash here for additional. As of now, I was able to bring down loan D because I am focusing on one debt at a time. So my balance for loan D as of now is $2,608 with 56 cents. So I'm just gonna make an arrow here for the minimum since it does count for all three of them. And then the additional payment, which totals to $800 altogether, is $669 with 23 cents. And then no additional for the rest. I'm just gonna make dashes here. My balance for loan E as of December of 2020 is $3,408 with 59 cents. And for loan F, it is $5,274 with 47 cents. And those are all of the loans that I'm currently tackling. I have gotten questions as to if I will be adding my car loan into the mix. And to be honest, I am going to. I'm pretty sure, I mentioned this to my patrons, but I'm pretty sure that I will be adding that into my debt snowball spread once I pay either loan D off or loan E off. So definitely stay tuned for whenever that happens. Hopefully sooner rather than later. But of course, like I mentioned, it's a process. But I'm hoping for great things for 2021, as do all of you. So we will definitely see. I do have a plan, and for the most part, I have been pretty good with sticking to making these debt payments, and I don't foresee me stopping them because I feel like I'm so close to being debt free that I just want to get everything done and pay for everything. So as much as I can, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and add my balance, but everything else for the most part is the same. So I'm just going to go ahead and write it out right here. 3408.59 and 5274.47. So my total balance as of the end of 2020 is $11,291 with 62 cents, which feels like such a big number at the same time that it feels like such a low amount. It definitely keeps me very encouraged to pay this off in 2021, which I have not made my 2021 goals video yet, which I'm not sure if I'm even in time. Let me know if you guys would still like to see that on my channel, but one of my main 2021 goals is to pay off my student loans, and I'm just so pumped, and I definitely want to keep, this energy going because I believe that I can do it. So now for the grand total of my 2020 total debt payoff, I did make myself this script sticker which just says 2020 total debt payoff, as I believe I did last year. So I'm just gonna go ahead and split up this from the bottom section, and I want to do something a little bit different than I did last year. I know last year I just went ahead and gave the full amount that I paid off, but this time around I kind of want to subtract my ending debt from my beginning debt, and that way you guys can see how much I started with at the beginning of 2020 and how much I was able to pay off. So that's really cute there. So I'm going to go ahead and write beginning debt, so I actually started with a total of $19,209 with 15 cents. And then my ending, as you guys can see, is $11,291 with 62 cents. So that means that in total this year I paid $7,917 with 53 cents towards my debt, which once again makes me very, very pumped, very hyped that I was able to pay this much from my student loans and credit card. So yeah, so a couple of things that I do want to note is that once again, I was able to pay off my credit cards this year, which was something that was really affected me back in the beginning of 2019. I don't remember if you guys remember me filming that video. So it's been almost 2 years since I filmed that and since I started my debt-free journey. And thus far, I've been able to pay those off. I've been able to pay 3 of my student loans off. And as a whole in 2020, I paid $7,917 with 53 cents, which for me, I love to just be able to compare this to the number that I had last year, which I actually have the spread right here in my EC monthly planner. Very bright, as you guys can see in comparison, but this was the amount that I was able to pay last year, which was $10,321 with 1 cent, which is definitely, of course, more than I was able to pay for this year. But like I mentioned, there was a lot of factors into why I wasn't able to, let's say, make that extra debt payment in the month of October, or I wasn't able to put much money, and it has to do with the fact that I didn't have a part-time job aside from my side hustles, my business, and all of that. So that definitely, I think, took a toll on how much I was able to put into my debt, as well as I now have help from my sister and my mom, which my mom actually had to stop working because she had to take care of my little brother. And with all the online learning and all of that, I wanted to help out my mom and my sister. So that is also a big factor. And then I feel like the biggest factor in all this would have to be the fact that I moved out of my parents' house and into an apartment with my boyfriend. So prior to me moving out, of course, I didn't have to pay for rent. I didn't have to take into account any of the other bills compared to 2019 when all the extra money that I made went towards my debt. So moving out and saving for moving out just had a big toll on my debt paying, and one of my goals for 2020 was to save instead of putting so much money towards debt. So although that was one of my main goals, I do still think that this amount is a pretty large amount for what I was able to bring into my budget. So definitely very thankful to be where I am now, not only thanks to budgeting, but also thanks to you guys, thanks to all of your support. That definitely never goes unnoticed. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. That is pretty much it. If you guys did, don't forget to give this a huge thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already. Make sure you stay on the lookout for the next couple of videos that I'll be having on my channel, because they will definitely be all about 2021. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys!